It sounds like nice.
Diamonds. I got foreign bitches all up in my studio and they wanna hit diamonds. She's on the way with her bestie and I said that she better.
Hi guys, my name's Ash from Six Figure Mindset. Today I'm going to be interviewing a guy that I respect a lot. His name's Jones. He's the CEO of Platinum Car Company along with his partner Anthony, and these guys are doing amazing things in Essex. We're going to find out a little bit more information about him, his journey into entrepreneurship, where he's come from, where he is now, and where he's looking to go.
Blaze something, erase something, whoa. Get high, get now, man, I don't feel nothing, whoa. My pain bro's gone, wish I could do something, whoa. Conversations about problems ain't gonna solve nothing, whoa. Late night out, then I go blaze something. Trap house doing numbers, trap house doing well. Used to trap by the corner store, now I'm trapped in the cell, blaze something. Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase something.
Don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that, but yeah. So, just to shorten it, my background's been all corporate, working in sales, essentially. For about 11 years, worked for all sorts of large companies, the BTs of this world, and most recently I work for a central London software company, which is all right. So that's me really, I've just worked in sales. I mean, I've had businesses in between, to be honest, and I failed at almost all of them until recently. But you know, hey, I'm sure we'll come on to that anyway. But yeah, that's basically what I've done, and in the process of doing all that, I'm now just using the skills I've experienced over the last 11 years, trying to build a business in the future for me and my family, basically.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase something. Blaze something, erase something. Diamonds. I got foreign bitches all up in my studio.
Oh, mate, I think for me, the toughest experiences in business has been actually a consistent battle between the life I want to live and the reality that I had as an employee. So I can't say it was one event or one occurrence, but you know, just coming into work every single day, knowing that you're capable of more, knowing that you were born for more, you know, trying it out, failing at it, going back to work again, and you know, knowing that certain people don't even want to touch you, they don't want to promote you because they know that inside of you is not really the most manageable or friendly person. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And obviously the years are going on, and then you have kids, etc., and you know, that's been the biggest challenge really, just picking yourself up after failing and investing in so many different things and having to continue the slog of a 9 to 5, knowing that it's not you. When people talk about coming out of the closet, really being an entrepreneur and starting things out for myself is really my coming out of the closet and being my real self.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase something. Blaze something, erase something. Diamonds. I got foreign bitches all up in my studio and
there's many things anyway, I think, but the number one thing that I've come to experience from time is that, number one, your talent means nothing without hustle. Number two, nobody owes you anything really. Just because you've got a gift or just because you're talented in a particular way doesn't mean someone's going to walk up to you and give you something. And doesn't mean that someone with less talent who's proceeding or progressing in the right or wrong way doesn't deserve it versus you really. I mean, those are the two things that really helped me a lot. And number three, the final one actually, is the process really, not trying to shortcut the process and understanding that failure is a part of the process and just understanding that as being learning. And if you're committed to a particular dream, you don't consider the failures as reasons to turn back. They're just opportunities to evaluate and move forward.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase something. Blaze something, erase something. Diamonds.
Well, this kind of goes back to what you said at the start, where you say, I'm doing well now. I'm not sure about that. But relatively speaking, I'm thankful. But I'm in the middle, I guess, of the journey. I feel like because of the experiences I've had, because of the partnerships that I have now, the friends I have now, the associates I have now, the things I've learned, that I kind of understand the formula. And that's taken a whole load of things really, but I feel like I'm in the middle now where I've got a bit of the experience, a bit humbled by the failures, learned a lot from it all, and now I feel like, okay, I kind of know, not almost half of it, not even from my own success, but from the successes of people that have been around me who didn't turn back, who kept moving forward, and we're kind of down for a while. Now I'm seeing them going up. I'm like, wow, okay, cool, I understand now. This is where I went wrong before. These are the mistakes I've made. So I think I'm in the middle now and just starting to, you know, lift upwards.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase, son. Blaze, something erase, son. Diamonds, diamonds.
So, obviously I'm here now. Shameless plug, the Platinum Car Company is who we are. We're a luxury car hire business for weddings and self-drive. That's one of the businesses I'm in right now. I also have a couple of other enterprises I'm in, technology startup as well. That I'm in with my brother called Precision Sports Technologies, and we're due to do a massive campaign fairly soon, so look out for that. So for me right now, the next 5 years is really looking at just having more experience, practical experience of what success looks like, building great networks, great friends of like mind, building good credit lines, you know, building a track record as an entrepreneur with insurance companies and banks and finance, and just getting as far as I can in the next 2.5 years, and then really just starting to leverage those relationships really and go into bigger things in terms of property, commercial real estate, just big numbers, the kind of things that you can't really achieve without a track record and people understanding that you actually have the capacity to be trusted, because it's all about leverage. So right now it's just about learning, plugging away, and just really grinding for success with the few businesses I'm in. At some point, when time is right, I'll know. We'll start pushing forward.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase, son. Blaze, something erase, son. Diamonds, diamonds. I go for them bitches.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with someone not too long ago, talking about this whole Dame Dash video that he did. I can't remember what show it was on. He was talking about the whole boss thing, like, you know, you got to be a boss and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it seemed like it was almost belittling people that weren't entrepreneurs. And I say to people all the time, like, you know, there's people out there who are fully employed, who are making 2 million, 3 million pounds a year, 10 million pounds a year, etc., etc. So if you're not an entrepreneur, it's no big deal, really. It's just about excellence. It's about being who you are. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And whether you're an entrepreneur or not, if you accept being mediocre, then that's the failure, really. It's not really about being an entrepreneur or not. If you're employed and you smash it and you're great at what you do and you're humble and you build good relationships and you're trusted, then essentially you get to the same level as someone who's supposedly an entrepreneur. I just happen to like a particular lifestyle, and I'm actually quite unmanageable. So I want to dictate my own terms in life, and that's why I'm an entrepreneur. If not for that, I mean, I was working in sales before. You make good numbers, but I want a bit more than that, and that's the only reason why. So if you're not an entrepreneur, just keep doing what you're doing. Stay true to who you are. Just be the best you can be, so that when you look yourself in the mirror every day, you're satisfied with who you are, and you can do all the things you want to do. And if there's things you don't want to do or you can't do, then it's your fault. Accept that you can't do those things because you've chosen a particular life.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase, son. Blaze, something erase, son. Diamonds, diamonds.
It's never shifted, bro. It's just who I've been from the beginning, to be honest with you. I grew up, you know, around entrepreneurs. I'm Nigerian. My background is, my family background, they were all traders. They were all like, you know, I'm in market traders and stuff like that. Dad, farmers. Conventional, my dad was even a salesman as well. So I think even when you're a salesman, to a certain extent, you're always an entrepreneur, because every month you're doing new numbers just to get paid, which is what we have to do as entrepreneurs, right? So there wasn't really a crazy moment that happened, but I think, I don't know, after my first job, I like this photocopier, going door to door and doing things that, you know, you go into an induction with 12 people and you're the last man standing because everyone thought, this is long, I'm going home. So you kind of realize, hang on a minute, I've got a bit of a grit here and I'm doing certain things. You crack on. Then after a while, you're like, raw, maybe I could get more for this hustle. Like, I don't have to settle for just this averageness. You know what I'm saying? If I have this hustle, then why am I building other people's enterprises? I might as well go and get paid. So it's always been there, sprinkles here and there over the course of time, and then the manager will pee you off, or you see a bunch of brown noses enjoying life or something like that, and you're just thinking, I'm not having this, you know? Or you wake up in the morning and your kids go to school and you come back at like 9, 10 o'clock, you've not seen your kids. For me, I can't have it. So just little life experiences here and there just kept reminding me who I am. And then, you know, at probably the most risky time ever, 2 kids, a wife, mortgages, I decided to do the thing anyway, and I just wasn't never gonna do it, you know? So that's just me anyway. It could be different for other people.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase, son. Blaze, something erase, son. Diamonds, diamonds. I go for them bitches all up in.
Oh man, that's a big subject, you know. I mean, everybody's got a different risk appetite, you know. I know you're a bit of an investment man. I'm sure you come to that. Everyone's got a different risk appetite, but I don't know. Risk, it comes down to fear, really. That's my opinion of risk, really. So people fear certain outcomes, but it's all about what you stand to gain. And if you're not bought into what you stand to gain by the risk, then you're not going to do it. So risk is always relative to what's at stake, as far as I'm concerned, really. And I think a life without risk is boring. That's just me. But for some people, taking a risk is taking a different route to work because they might be late. That's them. So just work according to your risk where you are. But I think for big rewards, it takes great risk. And for average rewards, you just have average risk. So that's just the way I see it, really.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase, son. Blaze, son, erase, son. Diamonds.
Mate, my ultimate goal is really around building a community of successful individuals in diverse ways. So I'm not talking about everyone's an investment banker, everyone's doing trading, I'm talking about like a real mixture of people in the arts, in the creative industries, you know, poets, you know, gardeners, whatever walks of life really, just having a really diverse network of individuals who are just flourishing in different ways, and having our community being able to look at them and say, you know what, there are so many ways that you could be excellent now that you don't have to feel like you have to fit in a particular way, just go out there and be excellent. That's what I want. Obviously, I want to be able to dictate my terms and go where I want to go and be where I want to be whenever I want to. So those are my biggest goals, really. They're not really about financials and stuff like that, but if you no dough, you can't make decisions. You can't dictate your terms if you're broke. That's just the reality. So they're hand in hand.
Bro, just wanted to pull up and come and erase, son. Blaze, son, erase, son. Diamonds.
That's a loaded question, and I'll try and shorten it in the way I see it. I think my biggest, number one biggest advice for them really is to find some discipline to practice self-awareness, because I think every day, in every situation, every circumstance, life is telling you who you are. It's telling you what you don't like and what you like. It's telling you what you could be good at, what you might not be good at. It's telling you a whole load of stuff that you might not be for you. Social media is telling you stuff. Envy or people around you might be telling you stuff. And it's going to be hard to filter out all these messages to actually sit down and understand what is life really telling you, who am I and where can I go to. And once you've done that enough, it's just all about obeying the process, bro. It's all about just accepting that, you know, it's one step at a time. You know, you might have a dream or a vision, but life in itself is an experience. Life in itself is a process. So the failures, the relationships, the learning, all of it's happening with time to get you to that place. But as long as you set your intention to get to a particular goal, even the intention to understand who you are, where you want to be next, as long as you set that, you're self-aware and you're disciplined, just every day wake up expecting. And I trust that with that intention and that discipline every single day, over the course of time, you will start to realize who you are and what you want to do. But if you're not going to put the time into being disciplined, if you're not going to have time to steady yourself and create the space to learn who you are, if you're not going to listen to what life is telling you, not social media, and collect that information, if you're going to be impulsive about life, then you're just going to be going pillar to post and blah, 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 blah. So that's the biggest few things. I mean, I know it's loaded, but within all of those things, just practicing those and realizing that it can be a long time. 5 years is nothing. 10 years is nothing. As long as at some point you get the clarity that you need to take the steps you want to take.
Blaze, son, erase, son. Diamonds. I go foreign bitches all up in my studio and they wanna hear diamonds. She's on her way with her bestie and I said that she better be a diamond. I go foreign bitches all up in my studio and they wanna hear diamonds. She's on her way with her bestie and I said that she better be.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up.
Yeah, yes.
This is all good, man. This is
Yeah,
all good.
but you need to edit some stuff out. There's so much gems in there. How are you going to edit?